Good morning. Oh, I hope everybody's doing good. Look, I remembered today. There we go. Day 5. Still tired, still sore. But here I go. 1.20 miles yesterday. So we'll see how today does. It's 47 degrees. Around 8:30, I guess. I always do stretches first and after. You know, I mean, not major stretches, but just enough to get my muscles loose before I do this. Beautiful morning. So I went to bed early last night. Fell asleep pretty quickly. That alarm went off at 8. I was still like, oh my God, I can't do it. I'm just not an early bird. I just am not. I never have been. Morning, yuccas. Those are the sisters. Oh. Have you ever noticed when you go somewhere, even if you're familiar going places, how you always look to just one side, and then all of a sudden you'll look to the other side, and you'll go, holy crap, I didn't remember that was there. Just with all those yuccas on the side there. I'd never seen them. I guess I'm always looking the other way. I just saw a roadrunner up there. Roadrunners are supposedly good luck if you see them. Roadrunners are really cool birds. And I'm not talking the beep beep in the cartoons that we used to watch when we were little. First of all, they're carnivorous. They're like hawks and eagles and stuff in that they eat meat. Lizards, snakes, other birds. One day when I happened to be, I don't know, I went in the bedroom for some reason, I don't remember why, and I looked out the window, and there was this roadrunner, and it was crouched down on the ground. And it was really fixated on something. So I was like looking, going, what is it looking at? There was a little bird slightly above it in this bush. And the roadrunner flattened itself out, stuck his wings out sideways, and crept along the ground to get closer to the bush. And I'm watching this, I'm going, oh, crap, that was like a cat. That was like, it was weird. And anyways, and as the roadrunner crept closer and closer and closer to the bush, all of a sudden at the last second it leapt up at the little bird, and the little bird got away, thank goodness. But it was wild. It was like watching Jurassic Park and watching a raptor hunt. It was wild. So yeah, dinosaurs didn't disappear. They just turned into birds. So anyways, I love Roadrunners. They're cool. And the Roadrunner I keep wanting to say commercial, in the cartoon, oh, absolutely could have killed that coyote. Kind of funny. I knew nothing about Roadrunners back then. I was so tired. When I got up, I didn't even put my contacts in. I just pulled my clothes on, threw on my glasses, and grabbed my water and walked out the door. So I've decided, initially, I don't even think I said this, but initially I set this little personal goal of I'm gonna walk every day. Forgetting my own rule of you need to take a day of rest. And so on Sunday, I'm gonna rest. Take the day off. Let my muscles recover. Because, normally muscle soreness goes away after a few days. I said, but I've been doing this every day. And granted, I do it in the morning and then my muscles can kind of recover all day long, but in reality, they're not getting a full 24-hour rest. So I'm going to take Sunday off. Now, the nice thing that I noticed, I'm glad that I started doing these little video diaries. While I'm walking along the road, talking to you guys, by the time I get back, I don't remember what I was talking about. I mean, I kind of do, but not truly. And it was nice going back, even though it's only been 4 days and today's the 5th. It was nice going back and looking to see and watching how my pace was on the second day to yesterday. And Roger, even though I felt like I was walking slower, Roger was like, your pace is quicker. I said, are you sure? He goes, yeah. So I went back and watched it. Sure enough, it was. And even though I thought I was walking slower, and I didn't stop and take as many breaks. I mean, I took a total of 2 breaks yesterday. Oh, there goes a jackrabbit. I just saw it. You guys probably didn't. Yeah, I took that shorty little break when I took my shirt off yesterday because I got warm. And then I took that 3 or 4 minute break when I hit my turnaround point. And that was it, really. So it's kind of interesting. I'm not paying attention. I mean, I am paying attention, but I'm not paying attention as I'm walking. Rocks. I pay attention if I'm tired. I don't know. I feel like right now I'm walking slower. But, I mean, I'm already at Anne Marie's. It just seemed Like, that was pretty quick. I don't feel like I'm walking quick. So, it's hard walking in that sandy shit right there. So, no response from Jake. I thought for sure after me getting him shit yesterday a video that he would have said something. Oh well. Still want you to go, Jake. Still do. We'll figure it out. Oh, but I will tell you, I'm changing my goal just a little bit. It's November, middle of November right now. And it gets cold at night. Like really cold. Below freezing cold down here. You can imagine what it's like up there at the top of the mountain. So if it's getting below freezing here, it's probably getting down in the 10s up there. I don't know if I really want to sleep in that cold weather. That cold weather. I'd need a 0 degrees sleeping bag or quilt. I'd need a pad that's rated down to, has a high thermal layer, which I'm going to get one of those anyways. And I just see myself freezing. So what I'm going to do is I'm backing my timeline up a little. I think I'd like to try to do that hike like around the beginning of October. Corner of Anne Marie's property. Now we're on the 40. So around the beginning of October. I mean, I'll do day hikes and stuff. Lower elevations. That's 9,000 feet. Those mountains over there. 9,000 feet. That's high. Over 9,000 feet. So it gets cold in the middle of the night. I mean, I suppose if I have the good enough sleeping gear, I'll be fine. But yeah, I think I'm gonna push it back to like end of September, beginning of October, because yes, I have to think about nighttime temperatures, but I also have to think about daytime temperatures. I don't want it too hot. Because you know how it is. If you're cold, you can put on more layers. If you're hot, you can't. You can only take so much off. And I tell you what, ain't nobody want to see this naked body on that trail. So, I don't want to walk while it's too hot. But conversely, I don't want to walk while it's too cold either. So I'm gonna play it by ear. But if we can't do it then, if I'm not quite ready for it, which I think I will be, the plan that I have in my head for getting stuff done should have me more than ready by then. But God forbid I'm not. Can always push it back to like March or April. In the spring. Still cold up in the mountains at night, but not as bad. daytime temperatures still are about like now. Say, okay, I'm pushing. This is see how the tracks, this is where Roger and I go in on the Polaris, drive back in there, and then we sit and watch the sunset. Not every night, but pretty close to it. Anyways, I'm pushing to the next telephone pole. It's not the end of the 40. There's still one more after this one for the end of the 40. And Roger was saying, I don't know if you can see. So I'm going to stop at this one today. Tomorrow I'll push to the next one. And then there's just 1, 2, 3 to the end where the ranch gate is at. Go away. Flies love me when I stop. Tag, hear it. Okay. So now I'm gonna rest. Rest and run my mouth. I wish there was a place to sit down. I mean, there is. It's called the ground, but there's no way I'll be getting up off of that. I mean, I can, but no, without great difficulty. Now, by my eyes, I can see Sierra Vista and the town and see the road, see Highway 90 coming down this way and stuff. But a lot of that is because I know where it's at, so my eyes can pick it out. If you follow the telephone poles that way and the base of the mountains down, you'll see a bunch of kind of white-ish things. That's part of the army base. It actually goes almost all along the base of this part of the mountain. It's pretty big. It's a big base. All right, guys. I'm going to turn you off. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm just going to head back. It'd be interesting to see where I hit the mile mark. I don't have a lot to say today. I think it's just I'm tired. So we'll come along. Actually, yeah, I'm doing pretty good in just 5 days. I've noticed that my booty's starting to tighten up right around the hip area. And my legs are starting to tighten up. You know, I can feel them. I can feel that it's like my back is much tighter. I can feel that they're tighter, you know. They don't look tighter. I can feel that I've lost some weight, but I don't keep a scale in my house. And so I have no idea if I've lost any weight. But I think I have, just because my clothes are fitting looser. Not a lot looser, but they're looser. So, yay me. I mean, that is definitely not a primary goal. That is a bonus. And my primary goal is to get back in shape. Back in shape so that I can walk the AZT. My friend Watts, I think I told you this. He's 5 years older than I am, so he's in his 60s. And when he retires, he wants to walk through, they call it through hiking, where you start at the start of the trail and you walk through all the way to the end of the trail, because most long trails are set up into different sections. I think there's like 15, 16, 18 different passages to the AZT. So he wants to through hike it. I watched a video of an Australian guy that he shared with me. That's kind of what sparked this whole desire, was watching that video. Because he wasn't a young guy. He wasn't old like me or my friend. But, he was probably late 40s, early 50s maybe. Anyways, and he through hiked the AZT. And just like what I'm doing, he very rarely showed his face, just every once in a while. And it took him a month. There, at the beginning, he was very good about day 1, day 2, day 3, all the way through, I don't know, day 23, I think it was when he all of a sudden he just quit. You just assumed, okay, this is the next day, because he'd say, I'm going to camp here. And then it would kind of shift to something else. And then it was on the next day. So I'm assuming it took him a month. So anyways, watching his video, he wasn't a fast hiker, he took his time. And so it kind of inspired me. I was like, well, he's like showing all the scenery and the vistas and everything. And I was like, oh, I want to see that. And so that's kind of what inspired me. I do not want to through hike the AZT. I do not want to hike from Mexico all the way up to Utah. My friend wants to do that. I've already told him I think he's nuts. But you know what? Whatever makes you happy. And if you can do it, man, I'll be so proud of you. That'd be fabulous. I still think you're crazy. But anyways. But I definitely, between Mexico and Tucson, I want to hike these trails down here. This is beautiful down here. Now, shh, don't tell nobody. We don't want nobody moving here. Except for you, because you're our friends. We'd like you to move here. But don't tell nobody else. We don't want them moving here and ruining it. Because this is gorgeous. This, when we say another day in paradise, that's exactly what we mean. We're not being facetious. It's beautiful down here. Yes, it gets chilly in the fall and winter. But by noon, the temperatures are up to the high 60s, low 70s, usually. This week we're having a colder week, which that happens everywhere, But it's dry, so it doesn't feel quite as cold. Hence me being able to walk outside. Now, if I was just standing outside in 47 degrees.
Total distance 1 mile. Woo-hoo. Total time 24 minutes and 39 seconds. Split pace 24 minutes, 39 seconds per mile.
Wow. So I walked that mile in 24 minutes. Anyways, I'm still on Anne Marie's. Oh, you can see her house through there. And I hit the mile. Yay! Oh, next week I'll be down at that gate. And then I'll keep pushing to that gate until it gets easier. And then I'm going to start going down, down, down. Down Gunsmoke to the end. I don't know how far that is. Need to drive it and see. Start doing that. So I'm just going to start increasing my distances. That Gunsmoke actually has some good elevation on it, where you're literally walking up a hill. I mean, this is a gradual. You can't even tell this is a hill. That is like you're going up the hill. So that would be good training for when I walk down to the mailbox. So anyways, my hike threw me off. What was I talking about? Oh, damn it. Squirrel. Oh, just wanting to walk the trails down here. Roger, he's very envious of me, he said, because he just can't, and he used to when he was younger. He was like a mountain goat. He was on every single peak of every single mountain around Tucson multiple times. They broke their own trails as teenagers and as a young person. You can't do that anymore. And so he's very encouraging. He goes, I want you to do this. He goes, if this is what you want to do, I want you to do this, and I encourage you. He goes, but I am envious. I wish I could go with you. And I wish you could too. Sorry, getting a drink of water. I'm sweaty today. Getting sweaty. 47 degrees, making me sweat. Oh, cows are waiting on me. They weren't in sight when I walked by earlier. But the younger one, or the smaller of the two, he's out here waiting. He's like, she'll be back sooner or later. See him? He's there waiting on me. Hello, moo cow. How you doing? I would so pet you. Yes, I would. You want a pet? You want a pet? Want some pets? He's like, nope, forget it. Though the other day, when I went by here, I stopped and put my hand through. Well, maybe it was my first day that I didn't videotape. Oh, he's following me. Hi. He was right by the fence. And I put my hand through and I just let him sniff my hand and then he licked me. And I don't know if anybody, I know a few of you know what it's like to be licked by a cow. It's like, but for those of you who don't, it's like being licked by a cat with a really thick tongue that's super powerful and yet very flexible. They have little thingies on their tongue like a cat does. It's not soft and smooth like a dog's. Must be the difference between herbivores and carnivores, except cats are carnivores. Okay, my theory's wrong. Got that one wrong. Oh well, my hypothesis, my theory, whatever. So this will be all one video instead of two. It took forever to load those two yesterday. It's quicker when it's just one. Even though one is longer. I don't know. Almost home. There's the yuccas. Ouch. I just hit myself with my water bottle. My head itched and I reached up with my hand that has the water bottle and the water bottle swung around and smucked me in the gob. They must be training a new bunch of pilots. Air Force comes here to train their pilots. Just because it's a lot of open space. I mean, there's an Air Force base up in Tucson. But there's more open space out here where they can do touchdowns and practice taking off and all kinds of fun stuff that pilots do. I have no idea what that is. Roger could tell you. So anyways, you can always tell when there's a new batch in because all of a sudden the air traffic will get really busy. We have no commercial air flights that fly across here because this is all restricted space. There's some small private planes. Small drones, but they have to stay below a certain feet and da-da-da-da-da-da. But anyways, whenever they get a new class in, then you see a lot more increase in the air traffic from the planes. And boy, Roger, he's sharp as a whip. He can look up at the sky and look at an airplane flying by, even if it's a tiny little speck, and he can tell you what type of airplane it was. It is. And that's because when he was in the Air Force, he worked on them all. He inspected every single one of them, and he said if he didn't have epilepsy, he would have been a pilot. That was one of his goals. All right, we're back at the house. Yes, we have fall leaves on the ground. I'm not cleaning them up yet because, as you can see, there's still leaves there. And I don't like to have to do shit twice. Okay, gate is shut. And I'm home. All right, thanks guys for joining me on day 5.